Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with your NXT review on Thursday morning, August 13th, 2020. Wow. Wow. There's a lot of buzz on social media about NXT last night. And it wasn't good buzz. It wasn't good buzz as well. It was actually very negative. Very negative. We got the return of the Velveteen Dream. And people freaked out. People went in panic mode. Oh, I'm not watching NXT ever again. Oh, how could they do this? Why? If he's back, and I'll talk about this when we get to the main event. If he's on television and he's back and he's in the main event, he's obviously proven innocent. He did nothing wrong. He didn't do anything. So I don't understand why all these people are complaining. Is it a bad look? A little bit. I would have came out with a statement like AEW did for Sammy Guevara. If I was WWE, I would have came out with a statement, but they didn't come out with a statement, and people in the community shit on this in WWE's comment section when they were talking about the Velveteen Dream. It was pretty damn ugly. It was really, really ugly in that comment section when Velveteen Dream came back, and the reaction. Not good. Not good at all. But I think he's fine. He's innocent. If he's back, why would it be him? And I'll talk more about it when we get to the main event. But besides that, and probably Bronson Reed and Damian Priest, all this show was filler. It was a filler show. It had stuff that I didn't care about, and quite frankly, I was bored watching NXT. To the fact that I actually had to fast forward a match that I just did not care about. I didn't want to waste time, so I just fast forwarded right by it. So we'll talk about it, and then we'll get to everything that happened on the show going into next week's go-home show before TakeOver 30. But if you guys have not already, make sure you guys check out my Monday Night Raw review from this past Monday and last night's AEW Dynamite review, where we talk about Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy, the rematch, Scorpio Sky versus Cody, and much, much more on the channel last night. So if you have not already, check that video out. Let's start with NXT, which started off with Karrion Kross versus Danny Burch. And I think we all knew where this was going. It's a squash match. Kross won with the cross jacket in about 5 minutes, with Burch passing out. And then Keith Lee hit. Keith Lee came out. He had a contract in his hand. He said, in the back, I had to beg and plead and do my very best to get a match against you. So I had to go plead to Mr. Regal backstage, and he gave me this contract. He signed the contract. I signed the contract. Now all we need is for your punk ass to sign the contract. So Scarlett takes the contract. She looks at it. Kross signs it. Scarlett gives it a kiss. She gives it back to Keith Lee. Keith Lee's looking at it like he doesn't know what he's doing with it. He opens up the contract, and there's a fireball that came out. Keith Lee was blinded and whatever. This was awful. This was so goddamn cheesy, man. This was cheesy. This was not good whatsoever. This was not necessary at all. The fireball did not even come close to Keith Lee's eyes. So the way they did that was absolutely horrible. It looked so cheesy with Lee with a towel on his eyes and the 20 referees that were helping him, and I don't know, man. It's just, I hated it. I thought it was so unnecessary. That didn't need to happen. Just have Cross sign the contract and take it back. Why does he need to give it back to Keith Lee? And why does Keith Lee need to read it? I did not get that whatsoever. I didn't get that whatsoever, man. That was awful. And then we got into Killian Dane versus Drake Maverick for absolutely no reason. I thought Drake Maverick was in the Cruiserweight division. I guess not. I guess he's not in that division anymore, since he's fighting guys like Killian Dane. So that's that. And then they just got attacked by Undisputed Era. Undisputed Era laid out both Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, and Cole gave Killian Dane last shot. Then he got on the microphone and he tells Pat McAfee, "You think you're all tough? You know, you think you run the place? Well, I'm the longest reigning NXT champion of all time, and I dare you to walk down the aisle, walk up the steps, get in this ring, and come face to face with me next week before I kick your ass at TakeOver 30. And then Pat McAfee went on Twitter earlier after and accepted. So we're getting face to face next week with Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. Tyler Breeze versus Santos Escobar. Non-title for the Cruiserweight Championship. Escobar wins in 8 minutes with a Phantom Driver after Legado, the other members of Legado del Fantasma, Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde, they got on the apron. Breeze knocked both of them down. This distracted Breeze, actually. This was a setup by Escobar, who hit a Phantom Driver and got the win over Tyler Breeze. So, good stuff. Fandango comes out in a sling, and he has a kendo stick. Escobar gets the stick. He beats down Fandango. Out comes Swerve Scott. He saves the day for Breezango. Swerve is going at it with Santos Escobar, and Escobar rolls out the ring. So that match between Swerve Scott and Santos Escobar could be going for TakeOver, and I hope it does, because it kind of deserves it. So good. I mean, it was alright, nothing special. So this match was the match I was talking about that I was fast forwarding during. Mia Yim and Indy Hartwell, I just didn't care. Nothing was happening. There's no direction for both. It's happening for no reason. It's happening for no reason. What was the point of this? I don't know. So this was all a waste of time. I just fast forwarded. Mia Yim won. Who cares? Who seriously cares? Damian Priest versus Bronson Reed. This match was actually really good. This was a really good matchup. This is probably my favorite match on the entire show. Reed got the win with a tsunami splash, I believe. So Priest got the victory. Bronson Reed got the victory just days before TakeOver. Very good match. This match was to see just who can get momentum before the ladder match at TakeOver 30. Not a big deal at all. But yeah, it was good. That's really all I gotta say. And I guess Bronson Reed's not winning at TakeOver since he won tonight. So that's that. We got the Robert Stone brand, Mercedes Martinez and Aaliyah versus Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter. This was another match. This was another match that I couldn't care about. I just could not care about this match whatsoever. We knew what was happening. Martinez pinned, I believe, Casey Catanzaro to win the match. After Rhea Ripley comes out, stands on the stage, she then runs in the ring, and Mercedes Martinez and Rhea Ripley are going at it. Aaliyah is trying to hold back Mercedes Martinez. Martinez pushes Aaliyah away. They brawl at it again. And then out came Shotzi Blackheart to even up the odds. They were treated away, and Rhea and Shotzi stood tall in the ring. I hope this is a match not on TakeOver, because it kind of be a mistake, in my opinion. Like, I don't know where this feud's going, or what this thing is going with the Robert Stone brand, Mercedes Martinez and Rhea Ripley. All I know is that Rhea is going to lose to Mercedes, and she's going to go to the main roster. Because after this, what's Rhea got to do left in NXT? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, we got a Gargano's house segment. We got the Gargano's house. And Candice is talking about Tegan Nox and how they used to be friends, but now she thinks that she's the star and she's got the spotlight on her. But we still need attention on women like Candice, and Tegan is gonna teach her a lesson. She's gonna teach Tegan a lesson. You know what I mean. And then Gargano was up on the ladder. He talked about Thick Boy Bronson Reed, the Archer of Infamy Damian Priest, and next week he goes one-on-one with Ridge Holland, and he said Mr. Regal did the right thing with second chances, because Gargano should have won the first match when he lost to Bronson Reed, with Roderick Strong taking the pin. But he said Mr. Regal did the right thing. Second chances are a good thing. And next week, Ridge Holland, Johnny Gargano is going to beat you, and he will go on to the ladder match. And the next time he's standing up on a ladder, he will be grabbing the North American Championship. Good stuff. Good stuff. Johnny Gargano versus Ridge Holland should be good. Should be good. Speaking of next week, the final episode before TakeOver 30, we got the Adam Cole, Pat McAfee face-to-face. We got Legado del Fantasma versus Breezango and Isaiah Swerve Scott. Johnny Gargano versus Ridge Holland, and a mystery opponent versus Finn Balor. Speaking of next week's NXT, I said it last night on AEW. I'll say it again here tonight. I will be live tweeting for the first time in a very long time during NXT. I will be live tweeting for the first time in a very long time about NXT, because AEW is not on next Wednesday. They're on next Saturday because of the NBA. And next Wednesday, I will be joined right here on the Big Freddy Field channel. My guest will be Gamers Goon, aka Austin. Austin from Gamers Goon. He's got a YouTube channel called Gamers Goon. If you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. So he'll be on for NXT review next week. And I might as well say this now. Now that we're talking about NXT, we got NXT TakeOver 30 coming up. Next week, also, I will be joined by Christina Washington, as me and her will be doing preview and predictions for NXT TakeOver 30. So that should be a really good time next week. And then in the main event, we got the triple threat match. The winner goes to TakeOver to compete in the North American title ladder match. We got Cameron Grimes, whose character I just cannot stand. I can't stand it. It's trash. His gimmick's trash. Kushida and the mystery opponent, Velveteen Dream. So, like I said, people were pretty pissed off at this one because, you know, the whole cancel culture, speaking out movement thing, Velveteen Dream was in all of that. And we thought that he was never going to come back to WWE and they were going to fire him, but I guess he was innocent. I guess he was innocent after all. And before we get to the Velveteen Dream, let's talk about the match. The match was short. It was 12 minutes. It was fine. Nothing special. Dream had a submission hold in on Kushida. Grimes had cave-in on Kushida. And Cameron Grimes is going to take over. And he says it's him and the NXT North American title are going right to the moon. They're going to the moon together. So right now we got Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, and Cameron Grimes in the North American title ladder match for next Saturday. After Velveteen Dream smacked Kushida, he attacked Kushida and he threw him outside the ring. That's what WWE thinks of Kushida. Trash. He's been so underutilized in WWE that I wish he went back to New Japan. I really did. He's finding no success in WWE whatsoever. He should have already been Cruiserweight Champion at least once. And then Finn Balor, Velveteen Dream turns around and Finn Balor is standing there. And that's the way NXT went off the air. So that was that. Velveteen Dream is back. I'm guessing he's innocent. People are still pissed off. I mean, it's their rightful thing to be pissed off, I guess. It's their opinion. But all I'm going to say is this. Velveteen Dream's back. There was a picture on Twitter with a DM saying, so were those Velveteen allegations false? And the response was yes. Yes, they were. So, Velveteen Dream, I don't think did anything. He did nothing wrong. He was close to being fired, but now he's back. So, we're just going to have to see what happens. And the people that are saying Velveteen Dream should never be in the wrestling ring again, he should be in prison for life, he shouldn't be getting this as a reward. You know, what do you want the man to do? Do you not want somebody to fulfill their career dream, and you want them to live their life miserable? I don't want that. I don't want that at all for a human being. So, for you to say that, that's pretty wrong in my opinion. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to wrap up the NXT review. Gotta get ready for work today. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you have not already, subscribe. right here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. If you have not already, comment down below what you think this week's NXT review and NXT in its whole. I personally thought the show was pretty boring this week, so hopefully we get a better show next week. Like this video, leave a thumbs up if you like the review. Follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph, and I will be back tomorrow night with your SmackDown review right here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. So I'm getting out of here. Have a good night, guys. Stay safe.